This conference will now be recorded.
So here, this training we are starting from SAP S/4HANA project system, including investment management. Okay. So project system, basically, this is a one course. If you see in SAP certification, also in that list, this is an individual course, which is focusing on the project management only. Okay. But here in this training, I am including investment management also, because in most of the project, you will require the at least overview knowledge, but we will go in depth for the investment management also. Okay. So here in this training, I'm going to include all the best practice scenarios as per the industry requirement. Okay, it is not only just bookish. I will take specific scenarios from the industry and we will discuss that and how generally it used to go for any implementation. So same approach will follow here. And then we'll go for industry real-time business cases and then describing all configurations. So our approach will be to understand the business process first, the scenario as per the market need, and then we'll understand how we can execute the transactions, okay, end user level, how you can perform the transactions, and then what are the settings behind of these transactions, okay. So I'll go to specifically those transactions which we will discuss in the sessions, okay. And then customized study materials you will get, okay, you will get user manuals, you will get configuration document also, and we will have some mock test for this session, for this batch specifically. And all recorded sessions will be shared through our app, that is mybandhu.com, and this is the link. Specifically, I will share this link through mail or through WhatsApp also to download this app, and you will get all the recorded sessions. And here the benefit with going with this app, that you can watch these recordings offline also. Okay, there is no need to have internet all the time. Okay. So here my agenda is to explain the concept of enterprise portfolio project management. You might be hear this terminology in market now, EPPM. Okay. So what is exactly EPPM stands for, and why, how exactly it is available in the SAP? Okay. And what are the different modules have been included in this EPPM concept? Okay. So here we will focus on SAP project system capabilities. Capabilities, I will discuss some scenarios in today's session where we are going to take it forward for further to understand in our upcoming sessions. So agenda is to explain the project types in SAP and then explaining the enterprise portfolio project management overview, and then what is a portfolio, what is a program, what is a project, and then I'll take on business cases and what is a project. So some basics of project and how to access SAP PS or investment management. So when we are going to use SAP, how we can access SAP through different channels, through different ways like GUI, NetWeaver, or Fury apps. So we'll discuss these things. So first of all, I'll let you know the concept of EPPM, Enterprise Portfolio Project Management. So if you know that in SAP now we are having latest version S/4HANA. Okay, S/4HANA, that is a last year release 2020. Okay, and actually before S/4HANA we had a version called ECC. Okay, and that was the latest ESP8, and after that ESP8 we moved to S/4HANA. So here now in S/4HANA, SAP project system, SAP investment management, SAP portfolio project management, SAP commercial project management, and SAP enterprise project connection. All these modules comes within EPPM. Okay, so when we are saying I'm the EPPM consultant, it means you should have knowledge of all these modules. Okay, so just see here, this is SAP portfolio project management, SAP S/4HANA. So here in SAP portfolio project management, we are having further two components. One is a portfolio management, another is a project management. This portfolio management is being used to manage your portfolios, your proposals, your initiatives, ideas. So just take one scenario. Let's say you are working in an organization and you got one proposal from higher management that you need to construct one new office at particular location. So this is a proposal. So that proposal, whether we should go for this proposal or not, it need to be managed in portfolio management. So here we are having different ways to find out the success factor, whether this project will be successful, is it really required for us or not as per organization strategies, whatever the KPIs like net present values, okay, return on investment, ROI, all these things you can calculate here. So once you are from yes, this project we are going to initiate, you can move to project management. Here in project management, you can manage your project. All the reportings you can manage in analytics. That is a integrated part of your portfolio project management. Okay. So here analytics, it's based on the BI concept. So whatever the data you are having here, it is going to load into BI and will available here in analytics. So this is just what exactly we are having PPM, portfolio project management. Apart from that, we are having one more module called CPM, commercial project management. This module is having three subcomponents. One is a project workspace, another is a financial planning, and third one is the issue and change management. Risk management and project procurement is a part of your project workspace only. So this module basically we are using, let's say if you are getting any request from your customer, okay, and they just looking for some project to be executed. For example, I'm the Wipro technology and my client ABB Limited is looking to implement the SAP. So we as a IT company will propose one solution. So how we can manage this business process for our customer, how we can analyze the opportunities, how we can create the estimation, then how we can submit it to the customer. Then once it is awarded, how we need to manage the project. For that, CPM is being used, commercial project management. But when we are going finally to initiate, to plan, to execute, to monitor and control our project at end user level, project system will play a very crucial role. Okay, here without PS, you cannot exactly understand portfolio project management or CPM system. So this is the spinal of this complete solution. SAP is providing the way directly go from portfolio project management to internal order, but definitely there are very few projects where we are going in that way. Always in 90% we used to go with the project system, okay, as per the requirement. So project system is very important to understand here. So here the PPM, then CPM and project system is your core. Before even S/4HANA, project system was delivered default with the core system. Like if you were purchasing ECC, that time PS was coming automatically in your ECC system. But when that time we were asking separately for PPM or CPM, the license was different, okay, and services was different, everything was different. Even server we used to keep it separate that time. But in S/4HANA, from 1709 onwards, it's a part of core. Everything PPM, CPM, and PS is a part of core, same system. So it means if you are going to install S/4HANA latest version, your all the modules will be available automatically. But it has to be activated separately by basis team. Okay, so that is a separate part. So here in the project system, this is the controlling module, core module, which is going to integrate with different modules. So some of modules included here, like your project system can be included with your sales and distribution, material management, SRM, Ariba, SCM, MRS, timesheet, okay, and FICO. Apart from that, whenever you are looking to integrate with any other Oracle product like your P6 or Microsoft product like MSP, in that case you need SAP EPC, Enterprise Project Connection. So this is the this is just like a middle module, okay, where it is getting the data from project system side, or you can say EPPM side, and transferring into your Primavera or MSP, and taking data from MSP or Primavera and pushing it to the PS. Okay, so this is your SAP EPC, SAP Enterprise Project Connection. So majorly, if we see in EPPM, we are having 4 modules as of now, just to understand. One is a PPM, then CPM, then PS, and then EPC. Okay, so this is the exactly the 4 module here, and in SAP certifications, we are having certification for PPM separately and PS separately. We don't have any certification in CPM, Commercial Project Management, and we don't have any certification in EPC also. Okay. So when you are planning for a portfolio project management certification, there is a specific book which we are following in our courses. Okay, as for 1 to 5. And here in PS, we are having different 5 books. Okay, SAP 4120 to SAP 4124. Okay, I need to check exactly the code, but yes, these are the 4 or 5 books which we are following for certification. So we'll discuss separately in project system certification, whatever the areas where we need to concentrate. Okay, so when you are saying EPPM, I need EPPM training. So EPPM training is basically having the complete package of all the modules. Okay, but it doesn't have any certification, so that's why we are having separate trainings here. CPM separate training, PPM separate, and PSS separate. Now, if you have any question from this, you can. If I'm opening for the discussion, you can ask for anything. I hope this is clear. Okay. So when we are going to understand the project system, we need to understand the type of projects available in the project. Okay. So we have segregated these projects into first is your internally financed project and another is an externally financed project. So internally financed projects are those projects which is being financed by your organization internally. Let's say your organization is deciding to construct one factory, here one plant, manufacturing plant. So this is a investment. Okay, this is an internally financed. Your organization has to arrange the fund and need to invest for this. And externally financed project, when you are doing any project for your customer, let's say you are the contractor and you are constructing one building for your customer. So it's an externally financed project. So in SAP, we are managing it separately. On certain stage, we need to take care if it is investment project, how we need to manage, and if it is an externally financed project, how we need to manage. But when we are going to dig it out more, investment projects are, internally financed projects are 2 types. One is investment and another is a cost project, overhead cost project. So investment projects are those where you already know that this is going to give some return. Okay, let's say if you are constructing plant, you know that whatever the product you are going to produce through this plant, that will benefit our organization. Okay, and overhead cost projects where you don't know exactly whether you will get any benefit from this direct benefit. Okay, so let's say if you are constructing any plant, and as per the government policy that the labor who are the working for this plant construction for their kids, you need to arrange for the education, right? So this is an additional. For that, you don't have any direct return, but yes, if you see indirect, definitely it is having return. You will have better goodwill in the market. You will have better approach, better image in the market. So indirectly, it will give you benefit for customers, like whoever buying the product or whoever buying your property. In that case, definitely it will add the value. Okay. So here in SAP, when you are understanding investment project, so investment projects are those projects where initially you are putting the cost, you are incurring the cost to execute the project. Okay, but you don't have any revenue at initial stage. So let's say if you are constructing any plant or building or office for your organization, so at this stage when you are executing this project, you will not have any direct revenue. Okay, this will come after certain period. Let's say if you are constructing office and after 10 years, you are recognizing, yes, within 10 years, how much rent I am saving, okay, how much it is beneficial for my employees, or so you can calculate that ROI, or you can decide based on some different factors. So here we don't have any revenue at initial stage, just we are incurring the cost. Okay, and when we are going further, you will have periodic capitalization. So in finance language, when they are closing the periods, monthly periods, okay, that time they will transfer the cost to use asset under construction to show into their books of account, to show into their balance sheet. Okay. So first it will be capitalized to AUC and then next it will be capitalized to asset once your asset is ready. The example is acquisition of fixed asset, investment in research and development, or just construction of office or plant. So in SAP, we are having a specific module where we can map this complete requirement, that is the investment management, where we will manage our initial approval, the proposals, okay, and then a request, and then once it is approved, we'll go to the project system for initiation, then planning, then execution, and CO you will use for reporting purpose. And you can use here PPM also, portfolio project management, and CPM also. So in CPM, we are having some additional functionality which will be used here. And in overhead cost project, you will not have any revenue. And once the cost will be incurred, that has to be transferred into expense. So the example which I have taken here, that you are arranging for the education of your labor's kids. Okay, so in that case, whatever the cost is coming, it is your expenses. Okay, so we do not have any customers, no initial revenue, capitalization to cost center. Example is R&D. Just I have taken one example, R&D. You can map into PS, CO, PPM, or CPM. The next is the externally financed project. So here, externally financed project, we are doing the project for our customer. Okay, so it is on demand. So when the ABB is asking to implement SAP to Wipro is arranging for that implementation. So they already know that this much of revenue we are going to get it. So we will have customers, and based on their requirement, we will execute the project. And here we are having strategy to execute. Okay, so we need to decide based on our organization strategy whether we are going to execute this project or not. So let's say Wipro Technology, if it is a SAP implementation, that's fine. But if ABB is asking to construct one bridge to Wipro, so as per the Wipro, the business line, they are not in the construction, right? So they will deny straight away. They will not entertain this request. So that's why I'm saying they will execute the project based on their organization strategy. Unnecessary, they will not go directly here and there. Okay, so this is based on their strategies. Then we'll have customer here, we will have revenue, capitalization to product or project based on the requirement. The example is engineering, construction, and operation. Okay, so like we are the company and providing the services to the ECU companies, and make to order also. There is one more scenario. So where if we are getting any order to manufacturing something or make to assemble, okay, that is another scenario. So here we can include SD also in the picture. So everywhere we are having PSU, PPM, CPM. Okay, IM is included in investment management, and SD is included here in sales, where we are having customer. Okay, so basically we are having three different type of project. One is an investment, another is a cost or overhead project, and third is a customer project. Okay, so all the question in your interview you will get only from these three areas. Nothing will be outside of these three areas or three business lines. Okay, so here I'm going back to in the same PPT here. So if you see here, we are using different modules for different solutions. Okay, when we are talking about investment project, we are talking here PSU, PPM, CPM, and in the same also PPM, CPM. So what happening here earlier, before EPPM concept, we used to say to the client that this is your investment project, I will map into IM, and some portion I will map into PPM, some portion I'll map into CPM. So it was very difficult to digest for customer also. They used to say, why you are saying PPM, CPM? It's everything I need, only my project solution. So what we started to say that yes, we are having your complete solution of any kind of project in EPPM, Enterprise Portfolio Project Management, and we kept all these modules within EPPM only. So whenever we are going for any pre-sales, any customer interaction at initial stage, we are just showing them that this is a big picture of EPPM and all the solutions we are having within it. Okay, so we are not directly saying we are mapping into PS, we are mapping into PPM, we are mapping into CPM. When we are going for implementation, then internally we are segregating, yes, this is a PS, this is a PPM, and this is a CPM. So that is also benefit by using the EPPM. Next, to understand project, program, and portfolio. What exactly is portfolio? Okay, so just I have taken one example here. This is the Godrej properties. Okay, and here in Godrej property, they are in different business lines. Okay, they are in the commercial project and they are in the residential project. So whatever the commercial project they are doing, they are keeping at one place, and whatever the residential project they are doing, they are keeping in another place. So here the group of project called program. So your commercial project is one program. Similarly, here also residential project, this will be another program. However, your portfolio is a combination of your program and projects. So here directly you can have projects under the portfolio also, as per the concept of portfolio, program, and project. So I have taken this example from the construction industry, but if you see in the IT industry, how generally we used to have, let's say if you say example of Wipro Technology, they are having one solution department. In solution department, they are having different SAP and Oracle. So SAP is one program and Oracle is one program. Within SAP, they are having all SAP different type of project, whether it is a implementation, support, or if they are having rollout or upgrade, all kind of projects they are keeping it one program. Okay, so individual project will be executed and this will be within program, and then finally everything will be in the one umbrella, which is a portfolio. Okay, so this whatever we are discussing, the program, portfolio, basically it used to come within PPM. So project is a temporary endeavor undertaken by a company or organization. So we'll go in detail what project is it. So program is a group of projects that are similar or related to one another and which are often managed and coordinated as a group instead of independently. So if you see in the same example, when we are saying the SAP program, so all the project will be executed by a group of consultant, group of experts, and they will work in a coordinated way. And the portfolio is a collection of projects and programs that are managed as a group to achieve strategic objectives. So when I'm saying strategic objectives, it is having some meaning here. Whenever you are executing any project, it has to be aligned with your companies, your organizations, strategic objectives. They are having objectives, that's why they are executing these projects. Okay, so let's say if Wipro want to be best, like want to be in top 5 companies, so how they will remain in the top 5 companies in India or in the world, this is based on their work. Okay, so whatever the work, whatever the projects they are executing, it is based on that. So whenever they are deciding to execute any project, first they will check whether it is aligning with my vision or mission or my strategic objective of the organization or not. If it is not, they will not entertain it. They will leave it. If it is, then only they will go for it. Okay, so let us understand here investment, how exactly the process of investment project work. Okay, so I have explained here first what is the EPPM. EPPM is having 4 modules: EPM, CPM, PS, EPC. Then I have explained what are the type of project. One is investment, then is a cost project or overhead project, and third is a customer project. And then when we are going to understand individually the scenario, what is exactly the investment project, okay, what is our customer project, what is our cost project, this is the slide where I'm going to explain investment project. Okay, So just take one example. Okay, here I have taken the example of Godrej Group. So this Godrej Group is having different subsidiaries. Okay, it is a basically, I think, a group of 100 companies, different companies. Okay, legal companies. So I have taken. Okay, so here, Godrej company is having different subsidiaries. Okay, so Godrej Infotech is one company, Godrej Consumer Product is another company, and Godrej Property is another company. Okay, so when Godrej Property is working, okay, so when it was registered, along with registration, the group of the management people, they have decided to keep some vision or mission of the organization, that how exactly we are going to stand in the market in upcoming 10 years. Okay, so company, each organization is having their vision and mission. Okay, so here for Godrej Properties, what they have decided, this is written here, we aspire to be among the nation's top 3 real estate companies, while continuing to be the most trusted name. Okay, so just trusted name in the industry. We shall deliver superior value to all stakeholders through extraordinary and imaginative space created out of deep customer focus and insight. So what we are having here, we need to stand within 3 real estate companies, and we will be trusted and extraordinary and then focused. Okay, so these are some point here which we need to manage further. So to achieve this vision or mission of the organization, okay, then based on that, we will create one proposal for investment. Okay, so let's say by considering this vision and mission, there is one strategic department and they are submitting one proposal for investment. Okay, they just want to construct one office. So it's very good brand. So they will not go for small office. They need to check. They need to be like, they need to show their image also. So by considering all that fact, they need to understand what type of office or what kind of the office culture they need to build. Okay, so just I have taken one example here. So this is the proposal for investment. They want to construct one office, and when they are going for this proposal to analyze, okay, to finalize, I would say finalize, they are having some stages. Okay, and what are these stages? Analyze and feasibility, and then approval and rejection. So let's say one proposal is submitted by strategic department, then this will go for strategic team. They will analyze, is it really required or not? Okay, so they will check some all the existing scenarios, or how we can, if we are not going for it, how we can manage it. Okay, so all these things they will analyze, and once they are confirming from this stage, it will go for the feasibility study. So in feasibility, we will check as per the proposal, the technically, whether we can achieve it, or as per the finance, whatever the we are having, accordingly we can achieve it or not. So once it is through from feasibility, it will go for the approval and rejection. So if it is approved, then it will go for next stage. If it is rejected, then it will stay here itself. So let's say it is approved. So once it is approved, then it will go for the project. Okay, so here project will have different stages: initiation, planning, execution, and handover. So these are the 4 major stages. Okay, apart from that, in different type of projects you will have different stages. If any SAP implementation project is there, and if you are following specific ASAP methodology, you will have 5 stages. If it is a construction, so generally it is a 4 stages. But as per the generic project stages, these are the 4 project stages or project phases: initiation, planning, execution and monitoring and control, and handover. So once it is approved, then we are going for the project execution. Okay, so this is the portion where project system is going to help us, and this is the portion where EPPM is going to help us, portfolio project management. and this is a PS. If you don't have PPM, let's say if any reason you don't have the PPM, then investment management will help us here. In place of PPM, we will use investment management. Functionalities what we are having in the PPM, it is far better. Like whatever the functionality we are having in IM, the PPM is far better than IM. Okay, in different perspective. Okay, so we will check it later stage because I'm going to explain the PPM integration also. So same time I'll explain it. So this is a scenario of investment management. We need to start from here to understand what is the approach and why we are going to submit any proposal, and then once it is approved, then it is going for project execution. Then another is a customer project business case here. So the example, just for a moment, please. 1 second. Yeah. So here, the customer project business case, customer project, that is the externally financed project where the customer is going to finance. So in this case, we are going to execute this project on demand. Okay. So this has to be requested by customer, then only will start. So what is the business process for this? Let's say we are the company, My1 Infotech, for example. Okay. And there is one more organization here, Godrej Properties, and they are looking to implement SAP here. So how it is exactly, this Godrej Property, they are looking to implement SAP in their organization, and to implement it, they will invite for bidding. Okay, so how they will invite? They will send RFQ, request for quotations, to different organizations, different vendors. Okay. Okay, so they will send a RFQ, request for quotation. In some of cases, this will be RFP also, request for proposals. So request for quotations, meaning they already know that this is their requirement. Okay, 1 second. Okay, so this is their requirement. Okay, so if they are firm already, they are going to implement SAP. Okay, in that case, they will submit the RFQ, request for quotation. And if they are not firm, let's say if they are looking for complete IT solution and they don't know whether they are going to implement SAP or Oracle, so in that case it will be RFP, request for proposal. So once we are getting this RFQ, so being a My1 Infotech person, okay, what I will do, I will maintain this RFQ into opportunity. Okay, so if we also using SAP and we are using CRM system, I will create opportunity in the system. Okay, and if we are not using CRM system, we will create an inquiry into sales and distribution system. So once opportunity is created, based on this opportunity, we will do the market analysis. So opportunity is basically, it is having details of RFQ. Okay, what product exactly you are going to deliver to your customer. Okay, and what is the timelines, what are the item exactly which you need to deliver. Okay, and details to whom you are going to contact for more details. So all these information you need to maintain it here in the opportunity, and based on this opportunity you will assign one team to this opportunity. So here team will start to work on it, and they will check in the market Based on this opportunity, what solution we can provide. So whatever the estimation we are doing, this will be based on some certain points. So let's say this Godrej property is looking for SAP implementation, where we are going to include infrastructure cost like your server cost, license cost, and implementation cost. So these three different item cost we are going to deliver. So based on that, we will prepare the quotations. We can create a multiple quotations, quotation 1, 2, 3, 4, likewise. So whatever the best quotation for you, you will submit it to your customer. Okay. So once it is submitted to the customer, if they are looking for more revision, they can request us to revise it, and then we'll add the item or whatever the alteration they need. We will do the changes, and then we'll submit it. And if this contract is awarded to us, then only we are going to start the project. So before even awarding the contract, the formal contract, that is a legal document, in between of that we can have letter of intent, LOI. So this is just intention of our customer to provide this contract to us, to award contract to us. So LOI is a document, but it's not legal document. Okay. But when we are having sales order or contract, formal contract, this will become our legal document. So based on this sales order, we are going to start our project in SAP. Okay. So what we can have, we can create a project where it will have the multiple phases. Okay. And our motive to deliver this sales order. This is our agenda. As per whatever is mentioned in this sales order, means in this contract. So this is a customer project scenario here. I have taken some terminology here in SAP or in any generic business lines. What are the different terminology we are using? But in SAP, we are using RFQ generally and RFP. Okay, the RFQ is a request for quotation where purchaser has clearly defined criteria or specification. But in RFP, purchasers seek solution-based submission to meet their needs. So that's why I'm saying if Godrej Property is asking for IT solution, if they are not specifically saying we need SAP implementation, so in that case we will call it as a RFP, request for proposal. Okay, so this is a third scenario where cost project or overhead project. So here I have taken a different example. It's not exactly like the education or any NGO kind of work, but here this is the example where it is widely used in manufacturing industries. So what happened generally in plants, in manufacturing plants, we used to do the maintenance. Okay, so this maintenance daily we used to do based on the requirement. Let's say if any breakdown has happened, or any normal general maintenance is required on particular machine. So in that case, we are doing this maintenance regularly. But apart from that, to prevent any accident or to prevent any performance issue, we used to do the maintenance after certain period. Okay, let's say after 1 year or after 2 years, 3 years. So some of machines will be overhauled after 2 years. Some of machines equipments will be overhauled after 5 years. So it is as per their manufacturer's requirement. You can see the similar scenario in your car also. Whenever you are buying a car, manufacturer is recommending to have the services after 6 months, or once you are finishing 1000 kilometer, or once you have finished one year, so you will have major overhaul, major services, and or if you are crossing 10,000, then you will have major services. So similar scenarios we used to have in the maintenance plant also. So we can manage these plants through project system. Okay, we can manage this plant maintenance through a project system. So here I have just taken one example. Let's say this is your manufacturing plant, which is having different production lines, line 1, line 2, and this is having different machines. Okay, and you need to manage some general maintenance, plant maintenance. So general maintenance, like some small maintenance, some oil is leaking. Okay, that is a general maintenance. Plant maintenance to prevent. Okay, so it will be in the advance. You need to plan it in advance. and there is another breakdown maintenance. So different type of maintenance you are doing, and you can schedule these maintenance based on your project. Okay, so whatever the cost is going to incur, that will be settled to your project, and sum of cost you can transfer as a expenses. Let's say wherever you are changing any grease, any oil, movie oil, so all these costs will directly go into expenses. But whatever the parts, spare parts you are changing, this will definitely increase asset value. Okay, so that will become investment, but whatever is like a small nut and bolt you are changing, that cannot be added into asset value directly. So that will become a expenses. So this is a cost project, partially cost and partially investment project. So we will discuss all these three scenarios in our upcoming sessions. And first I'll start from investment project scenario, and then we will understand that, and then we'll go for cost project scenarios, and whatever data we need to understand for the customer project, we'll focus on it. Okay, so what is project exactly? Exactly when we are exactly understanding as per the project definition. Okay, so project is a temporary, unique, and progressive attempt or endeavor made to produce some kind of tangible or intangible result. Okay, so this will be temporary. It will have start date and finish date. Okay, and it will be progressive, and we need some cost to execute this project. This will have timelines, milestones. Okay, and this project, the objective of project is to achieve some tangible or intangible goals. It usually includes a series of interrelated tasks. So to complete the project, you need to execute some activities. Okay, so based on that, you are going to achieve your final result. You need to follow some qualities. You need to maintain, you need to manage the performance, and you need to use the different resources here in the project. So sometimes some interviewer used to ask, what is a project? If you are saying the project is, if you are saying, yeah, I'm working for project system. So sometimes they are asking, what is a project? Let me know, okay, what is the difference between task and project? Okay, whether why we are saying it is a temporary. Okay, is it like when I'm saying when I'm continuously working for or for some manufacturing processes, is it a project? So these are some basic questions which you may face in your interview in the project system. Key characteristics: it's a temporary, it will deliver it uniquely deliverable. Any project aim to produce some deliverables which can be product, services, or some another result. Okay, progressive elaboration, successive iteration of planning results, and developing more effective solution to progress and develop project. Yeah. So next is, these are some more characteristics. It's purposeful as it has a rational and measurable purchase, logical as it has a certain life cycle, structure as it has independencies between its tasks and activities, conflict as it tries to solve a problem that creates some kind of conflicts, limited by available resources, risk as it involves an element of risk. So I'll share this PPT at later stage. This will help you to just memorize few points here in your interview. Example of project is developing a new product or services, constructing a building, renovating the kitchen, designing a new transportation vehicle, acquiring a new or modified data system, organizing a meeting, constructing your own house, arranging a managing your marriage, okay, managing any event or functions. These are all type of projects, different examples of project. Okay, so when we are going to use SAP, we are having different mode or different ways to access the SAP to execute the transactions. Okay, so first is a GUI, graphical user interface. Second is a NetWeaver, and third is a Fury app. So in SAP, we are having SAP GUI, graphical user interface. When we are using GUI, here you will have transaction code. So let's say if you want to create a project, you need to use one transaction code like CJ20N, CJ01, CJ02. These are the different transaction code which you need to execute in the system for different purpose. Okay, but when you are going for NetWeaver, you will have link. Create project, you will have a separate link. You just click on it and you need to enter the data, and once you are saving, project will be created and all the data will save in database. And here in the Fury app, you will have app. So what you can do, you can have different app. Create project one app, change project one app, display project another app. Okay, so likewise you can have different app, and the different app will be available in different tiles which you can keep it in a group. Okay, and here it's very handy, you can keep it in the mobile device also. So this is the different way, but to understand deep the system, you need to understand the GUI first. Okay, you can directly execute the transaction in NetWeaver or in the Fury, but whatever you are having here, it will not be available here. So let's see, if you can see here 10 field, here only it will show you 9 field, and here it will show you only relevant field, 2 or 3 fields, whatever is relevant to that third transaction. So if you are expert in GUI, you will not face any issue in NetWeaver or in the Fury. Okay, so this is recommended to go with the GUI, but for Fury to understand how it is working, or for GUI or for NetWeaver, I will let you know. You can have practice with NetWeaver and Fury also, but it is recommended to go with the GUI to understand the system, the processes in detail, because whatever the transactions you are going to execute, behind that GUI transaction is going to be executed. So if you are expert in this area, this will be automatically covered. Yeah, so thank you. This is the exactly the initial understanding, the scenarios. Okay, and we will, in from the next session onwards, we will go in the sequential way. We need to understand the investment project. So what is the project? Okay, and from which point it is going to start, on what basis it is going to start. Generally, what are the documents which we are getting from the management side to start any project. So here in this training, I'm going to include the investment management, project system, understanding of sales, understanding of DMS, document management system, integration with PPM, integration with CPM, and then the complete cycle of material management. We'll not go in the configuration in MM, but whatever we need to understand for the procurement purpose, we will go. And same for the SD also. We will understand the process cycle, how we can manage our project from the customer side, and we will understand all relevant configuration in the project system. Okay, so any question please now? Any question?
Rama, I have one question. In the customer project, can you tell which are the module cover in different stages?
Okay, so in customer projects, see if you are going for complete cycle, I'll just give you the glance here. 1 second, I'll reach to the same.
Can you show that slide?
Yeah, slide. I'll reach to the slide. So this is our slide. Okay. So here it is starting from here. This is a manual process, RFQ, and if we are using CRM, so opportunity will be maintained in the CRM. If you are not using CRM, then we can create inquiry in SD. Okay, so this is your here market analysis. Again, it's a manual because you are going to analyze the market, or you can keep some templates, you can analyze it. So different tools are available here. And here the cost estimation, if you are using CPM, you can manage in the CPM well, because here CPM is integrated with analysis office. That is an Excel kind of worksheet. Okay, so here you can integrate with that. If you are not using CPM, you can manage it into PS also. So if you are using CRM to CPM directly, you can go and you can create quotation in CPM itself. Okay, and you can submit to your customer. If it is approved, if it is awarded, then you can manage into PS. But if you don't have CPM or CRM, you can manage it in SD opportunity, and here this part you can manage into PS. Quotation, all these quotation will be managed into SD. Letter of intent, it will be manual, and sales order will be in the SD. And here again, this project will be part of project system.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other question? Okay. So yeah, I'm just stopping the recording.